Pa-click na lang po. Nag-click na kayo, sir?
Yeah. Sorry po, kasi libre lang yung ating Zoom. So, na-interrupt ang ating presentation. I hope you don't mind.
Okay lang, sir. No problem. Thank you po.
No problem po. No problem.
Let's start after a minute. We'll just wait for the others to join.
Yeah, we're waiting for Ma'am Wanda. I hope she knows how to go back.
Narinig ako. So okay po, I'll be continuing where I've left off po. So basically, we just need to recode every item into a numeric format and basically give them numeric representation. SPSS can only process statistical data that are in a numeric format. So the Excel form should exactly look like this. And the form should contain numeric data po, statistical numeric data. Next. So what are the requirements po in processing the SPSS request? So first, as I've said earlier, the data exported into an Excel document, they should be in a numeric data or in a numeric form. The conceptual or theoretical framework of the quantitative study, the formula or kind of statistical analysis, for example, what statistical treatment the study needs. For example, statistical descriptive stats, frequencies, cross tabulation, linear regression, ANOVA. The next is the questionnaire or the survey tool. Another one is the proof of payment receipt from the cashier. So the payment should be made at the cashier po. And the availment of the SPSS service is 200 pesos po.
Yeah, by the way, hello.
Peter.
That 200 pesos is inclusive of Turnitin. Okay. Yeah.
Yes po. Yes, sir.
Clarify. Thank you.
So only student papers are allowed to be processed, provided that the student has already shown the receipt. She has paid the required amount. So for the students po, the availment of the SPSS service is 200 pesos. For master's thesis naman po for graduate students, 1,500. If you work for UMAC, you get 50% less. For the dissertation naman po, 2,500, same naman po. You get 50% if you work for University of Makati. So here are the guidelines po. Data preparation. So the faculty should instruct undergraduate and graduate students to encode their data in Excel. There should not be any merge cell in the file. So this should be in the numeric format po again. So request for data treatment. Students shall email the requirements to the research@umac.edu.ph. Data treatment. Once verified, the research center will process the data using SPSS. Number 4, releasing of results. The research center shall release the results in Word and Excel file. So this is only applicable for thesis and the dissertation that is quantitative in nature. So here are the reminders po. So if you avail for Turnitin, you are also eligible for Turnitin po. The photocopy of the receipt will be po. Payment should be made at the cashier's office. And for payment inquiries like online payment or GCash, it should be coursed through the cashier. So another one po, I'm here to discuss naman po the how to request to conduct research and survey inside the university. So the proponent shall write a letter to request to conduct research and should be addressed to the University Research Center Director and shall be emailed to the official email address of the University Research Center. So here are the criteria. So the external proponents po are those proponents that are not acquainted or associated with UMAC but are interested in conducting their study at UMAC po. So internal proponents, so it can be quantified into 2. The first one po is the respondents are within the programs of the college. So if the study po is within the jurisdiction of the college, the center or office, the request should be directed to the respective dean. So for example po, the study will be conducted within the jurisdiction of Cal po. So bale, the students po will, their picked respondents will be from Cal. So there is no need to seek approval from the University Research Center Director. It can be coursed through the approval to their respective dean. The second one po, if the respondents are outside the programs of the college, if the study is outside the jurisdiction of the college, then the request should be directed to the URC Research Director po. They may seek approval from Assistant Prof. Lorante de los Santos po if the study is outside the jurisdiction of this college po. So for external proponents and internal proponents type P, upon receiving the letter, the University Research Center shall request the following from the proponents. So these are the requirements of the office for us to process the request to conduct the survey. The first was the abstract, description of the study, purpose of the study, statement of the problem, ethical consideration, and the PDF Word format of the survey tool or questionnaire. So after the documents provided shall then be examined, assessed, and evaluated for approval prior to the conduct of survey or research. So here po, sometimes we seek assistance from our internal referees and peer reviewers in evaluating the contents or the research paper. So if necessary, the proponent shall effect the edits to the documents, research paper prescribed by the peer reviewers, referees, and evaluators. So once approved na by the URC director, we will now endorse it to the OVPPR for the final approval of BP Tapia. So once approved by the OVPPR po, URC shall issue a hard copy and the soft copy of the signed request to conduct research to the requesting proponent. The proponent shall present the signed request to the concerned college, office, or center. So these are the example of the what we issue here at the office po. It will be signed by the URC Director, Assistant Prof. Rolante De Los Santos, and VP Tapia. So yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carl. So the floor is now open if you have questions, clarifications. Actually, we still have 15 minutes. Our webinar should end at 2:30. So we have 15 minutes to discuss if you have any questions. So let me call on Sir Chris De Guzman.
Yes, sir. Actually, sa SPSS, nagulat ako. Meron pala tayo. Ngayon ko lang
Yes, sir.
nalaman. Feedback
Opo,
lang po.
since 2019 pa po ata ito na-acquire. So we have, we are fortunate that we have this perpetual license po from SPSS. that
Saka
we
po
can use.
yung assistance kasi, yung iba kasing yung mga naging advices ko when they already asking for wala akong mai-recommend sa kanila. Meron pala
Ah.
tayo. Sorry
Yes po, sir.
siguro it was not cascaded to us.
Oh, sorry to hear that, sir. But since you know that already, you can, of course, encourage your
Yes,
students.
po. Big help po. Big help sa mga bata. Tapos affordable, very affordable yung
Yes
yung
po. Because once you
Thank you very much.
avail for SPSS po for 200, they can also utilize Turnitin.
Thank you very much po. God
Thank
bless
you.
po.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Professor Alvin, Dr. Alvin. Thank you. It's not just cheap, but it's also legit. Okay. Because some students are using cracked version of the SPSS. So I think we really have to utilize that. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Sir. Sir Mark,
Yes po.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So din po, what if we will have another advisor, no, aside from this faculty that we have invited today? What if next semester we'll be assigning another faculty to also serve as an advisor? What would be the process? Can we just ask the faculty to go to your office and then also be given a Turnitin what's this app or password?
Okay.
Is that how it is?
Mhm. I believe Sir Rante can answer that question po, sir.
Yeah, Ma'am Wanda, hello, thank you
Opo.
for the question. Yes, we will give account to the newly assigned research advisors by next semester. You just have to tell us so that we can also conduct the same orientation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Thank you po, Ma'am Wanda. Anyone else?
Oo, friends. Hello, mga kaibigan. I have to excuse myself because I need to go to Attorney Jewel. Pinatatawag po kami. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Rante. Salamat
Thank you, Sir
po.
Rante.
Thank you, sir. So yung mga naiwan po, if you still have questions or if there's none, but you will be having question in the future, just send us an email so we can answer your questions po. So please expect an email. Yes po.
For clarification for the process, so now the faculty will be given a password so they can make use of the Turnitin application, right?
Yes po.
Okay, and then they can make use of that for their students. So mangyayari ba? So let's say si Sir Alvin De Guzman, meron siyang isang class na advice. So siya na yung magpa-process ng ng Turnitin dun sa mga estudyante? Or do we still have to parang initial lang si Sir Alvin and then after the initial kailangan i-submit pa rin sa inyo ng Sir Alvin? Ganun ba yun? Dalawang beses?
So,
Or
bali po
kami
ma'am sa
yung
amin, sorry po. So bali po yun sa amin,
Mm.
ma'am, is for certification po. So since they're given the
Okay.
access, they can utilize Turnitin po 4 times dun sa isang article. So let's say the first run, mataas po, they can provide the result to the students so they can revise, and then they can run it again the second time. And if it pass or met the 15% threshold, that's the time that they can request for certification from us.
Okay, so
Opo,
ang
so
initial the processing of the the checking and validation of the paper would be for the advisor, no? And then
Yes
once
po.
the advisor says okay, everything's okay after the 4 tries, as you mentioned, the maximum 4 try,
Opo.
then they would request for a certificate from your office.
Yes po, tama po.
Okay, at certification ay mangyayari. Okay,
Opo.
thank you, Sir Mark.
So kailangan lang po nilang isama rin po yung receipt.
Okay,
Opo.
oo.
For
May
us to
receipt din,
document
no?
it. Opo.
No receipt, no certification naman kasi. Tama
Opo,
po ba?
ma'am. Tama po, tama po.
Okay.
Yes po,
Thank you so much.
Sir Chris De Guzman.
Yes, opo. Sir, kasi yung experience ko last past semester, yung mga estudyante kasi nagpapa-upload, nagpapa-check na ng Turnitin before, ang recommendation before the final demo, before the final presentation or after the final presentation? Kasi it depends on the requirement of the URC.
Dapat po, sir, before.
Before ng ano.
Opo. Kasi po, sir,
Kasi may iba kasi parang propose, I can't remember, parang I think proposal pala ata pinapa-upload na or something like that.
dapat po full paper. It should be full
Full
paper.
paper, yes.
Yes.
So
Kasi
I
po,
think,
ang mangyayari
I
nun,
think that's
sir,
better yung...
opo, ang mangyayari na halimbawa, proposal pa lang, nira na po sa Turnitin. Mapupunta na po yun sa repository ng
Sa database.
So kapag
Opo.
nire-run po ulit, makaka-capture po siya na may similarity na dun sa
Full
first na.
similarity yun. Oh.
So tataas po yung percentage nung estudyante. I mean, nung papel.
Yes.
So dapat
So
po,
that would be
recommended would be full paper po.
before the final demo. Ay, before the final
final-
demo tuloy. Final presentation. Tapos additional 3 editing pa, no?
Yes po.
Cancel. Sige, thank you very much po.
Thank you po. Yes po, Ma'am Lorna.
Hi, sir.
Opo.
Opo. Just to clarify din po kasi pare-pareho kami nila Dr. De Guzman, nila Sir Treyes na experience kasi nga po we are advising the BACSAM students. Ang alala ko, sir, kasi pang-apat na semester. Sorry, pangalawa na pala. Pangalawang semester na ako nag-advise. Ang napansin ko, ang naalala ko, yung mga students namin sa BACSAM, nag-turn it in after ng result ng final defense nila. So after nilang mag-final defense, tapos na-incorporate na-integrate na lahat ng corrections ng panel, dun sila nire-require ni Dr. Batin, yung research professor nila, na magpa-turn it in.
Pero ma'am,
Naalala ko.
as far as URC is concerned po, wala po kasi kaming policy with regard to that. So it's really up to you po.
All of the
Opo,
sir.
call po ninyo yon. Basta po ang sa amin is so long as it should be a full paper po. Yun po yung recommendation namin na i-run nyo for Turnitin.
Opo.
Mas
Sir Alvin, yun po yung naalala kong rule ni Dr. Batin kasi siya yung nagko-call
kasi
kung
sa akin,
kailan.
ma'am, before mag-final defense yung mga bata, pina-upload na kailangan na daw. Kaya nag-react ako, sabi ko, dapat kung may editing na nagawa dahil kailangan na nila ng feedback ng panel. Kasi i-incorporate pa nila yung feedback ng panel para bago i-run yung Turnitin. Kaya
Yes,
I think I would go for that one after the final defense. After the first division, after the final defense.
Yes, sir. Ganun yung ginagawa ni Dr. Batin, Sir Alvin, sa alala ko po.
Yung previous, sila before the final defense Kaya nagulat ako
Yung last semester po. Pero yung semester na to, sir, yung kakatapos, I clearly recall after After pa talaga nung final defense at ma-incorporate. Mas tama po yun, di ba, na dapat after pa.
Ako mas gusto ko yung after ng defense, after the first revision. Ang
Okay
with
po.
the final revision na. Sige po, pag-usapan na lang natin sa college.
Yes po, usapan na lang natin with Ma'am Wanda at saka si Dr. Batin po. Thank you,
Yes.
Sir Mark.
Yes, Ma'am Wanda.
Sir, yes, I think the idea there why it should be after the final defense, no, is kasi bago pa siya ma-print, yung ma-print yung final copy, at least bago mo siya i-print and publish, if that is possible, ay safe na yung paper, na it's free from plagiarism na, no? Kasi kung at other than that, na-check na nandun na rin yung inputs ng mga ng panel, na edit na rin, na revise na rin. So siguro nga tama na after the final defense, saka lang magpa-turn it in yung mga bata. That's safe na para nga bago mag-publish sila ng kanilang paper. Diba? So siguro that should be the practice. I don't know. I think that's how it should be and how the reason
Yes, ma'am.
for...
Agree po ako doon.
Kasi mahirap naman yung nangyayari nga, di ba? May nakikita, I remember na may paper na nasa final copy na, and then only to find out plagiarized pala. Diba? So it's safe na after the final defense and after all the editing and revision, and then the inputs of the nandun na saka natin ipasok sa Turnitin yung mga papel bago ma-publish. So I think that should be the...
Opo.
agree.
And hopefully po this year, ma'am, we will be launching po. Meron po kasi kami tinatawag na Turnitin Draft Coach. So ito po yung Turnitin access po for all other students who's taking research or thesis subjects or even like essays, mga ganun. They can utilize po using their UMAC email account. Now, the good thing about this, they can run Turnitin 3 times po. And another good thing is it will not be added to the database. So ibig sabihin po, sa end pa lang po nila, malalaman na nila kung ilang percent yung similarity nila. Ngayon, sa end pa lang rin nila, malalaman na nila kung ano po yung kailangan nilang i-edit. And by the time na ipapasa na po sa research advisors or research coordinators to run Turnitin, hindi na po siya, makaka-capture sa database. Ganun po siya.
So I'm doing that sa class ko, pero ang ginagamit ko, gumagamit ako ng ibang I have this plagiarism checker. Doon ko siya niraran, feedback ko sa kanila na ito magpo-prompt to sa Turnitin. So before you submit, edit nyo na itong mga parts na to. I think that's a good one.
Baka sir, yung sa Google Workplace po ba yan? Yung draft coach?
And then I'm using plagiarism checker.
Okay. So, yun po sir.
May program ako.
Hopefully po this quarter or the third quarter po ma-release po namin.
Would that proposal be offered to the student for free?
Free po yun, ma'am.
Okay.
Opo.
Perfect.
Pero for them to get the certificate, kailangan po i-run po sa official Turnitin account po. Na,
Yung may database.
Opo.
With the database.
Para po maka-acquire sila ng
I would also
certificate.
suggest, Mr. Mark, that before you do this, probably you could also give the students a training or a background on how to use the Turnitin also, because definitely not all students, not even the faculty, would know how to access that or to use that.
Yes po ma'am, and yung draft coach po ma'am, iba po kasi yung platform nun. Hindi po siya yung katulad nung winalk through ko po sa inyo kanina. Bali po yung platform po nun, halimbawa po may article na ako, so naka-Word po siya, tama po, di ba? Most likely naka-MS Word po. MS Word. So, add-on lang po siya. So, i-click lang po kasi yun. So, hindi po siya ganun ka-tedious. Kumbaga parang user-friendly po talaga siya. And hindi na po kailangan mag-login and so whatever. But let's hope for the best po na ma-release po namin siya and ma-launch po hopefully by the end of this quarter. All right. So since it's already 2:29, if you still have any questions po, just send us an email and Thank you po for attending our webinar about Turnitin, SPSS, and request to conduct research.
Thank you so much, Sir Mark. Thank you also,
Thank
Thank you,
Sir.
Sir Mark. Thank you, Sir Carl.
Guys,
Marante.
thank you so
You joined us. Thank you so much.
Opo.
Thank
Bye
you po.
Sir, sandali lang, 5 minutes lang. Hindi ko kunin lang po.